Over the years, I've had some pretty severe storms hit me. I've been in situations where I felt very small and very at the mercy of the weather. I'll show you a couple of them in a moment. In the beginning of me living on boats, I would hide from storms at the marina. In fact, the first 3 years of me owning a boat, I wouldn't even stay on the boat when it was storming. I would just leave the boat at the marina and go to a different place. Now, for the last year, I've been living out on anchor and don't have a place to go to hide out from storms. And this is what I do. I find a good spot where my boat doesn't move, where I'm out of the wind, and I calculate to the best ability what's going to happen ahead of time off of the information I have. Shit. I'm not gonna lie, this is the strongest winds I've ever seen here. So a bunch of the sails blew out. We're going around trying to get them back in for people because the storm's coming back. And then there's a couple capsized boats from the wind. Mooring and call the person so they can get out here before it sinks completely. I don't see their mooring. Oh, no, I see their mooring. Alright, we're gonna go call it. December 10th, tornado, land between the lakes, Kentucky.
According to Land Between the Lakes National Recreation Area, on December 10, 2021, an EF4 tornado impacted the northern part of Land Between the Lakes National Recreation Area in Leon County, Kentucky. The tornado entered the unit north of Hillman Ferry Campground and traveled northeast to Clay Bay.
to the devil and the devil did come. I said to the devil, devil, do you like drums? Do you like cigarettes, dominoes, rum? He said, only sundown, Sundays, Christmas, some days end when I need a few friends. Now and again I could never hope to keep them. Thought to give friends what I thought that they wanted. Never had they needed a good friend as I've been. Don't get me venting on friends who resent you, cause all you've ever done is been a noose to hang on to. They thought was a necklace and reckless, they fell into hell where you both hang with nothing to do but scratch, kick, let gravity win. Like, fuck this, let gravity win. Like, you could leave it all behind. Even the devil needs time alone sometimes. You could let it all go. You could let it all go. It's called free fall.
The actual facts behind storms is I can count on one hand the number of storms I've been in that really scared me. And I've been doing this for just over 6 years. The nomadic lifestyle, living in RV, sailboat, houseboat. The interesting thing is 99% of people will avoid 2,200 days of fun because there was 5 days of storms. It's kind of a weird thing that happens in the world. Bald eagle just waiting for the sun to come all the way up, just warming himself after the night. But don't worry, the sun's here.
On the fine true, well, you could let it all go. You could let it all go. It's called free fall.
Huh. Just trying to figure out spacing and the chimney. I mean, one of the biggest things with having a fireplace in a tiny home is you don't build a raging fire all the time, like pretty much never. But things get hot when you don't realize it, so you have to build it right. You can't put it in where the chimney would be touching wood or something like that. So my thought, come up here, 90 degrees, go out the window, and then to fill this window I have a cement board. But before we even get there, I gotta figure out if this will fit in here. Two things I noticed. Number one, I went around with a blowtorch and burned all the bottom boards. So that's not moisture buildup. That's a blowtorch mark. And I will remove the curtain before I light any fire. The more back I could go, the better. Cement board right here. Have to move the electric wires and stuff like that, but that's not a big deal. We can move them over here. Now this is the other question. Oh, well, that might fit all. That might give me a bunch of different height options. Let me see. You know, in winter, I really don't need the screens other than to keep the cat inside. And I typically don't leave windows open. So. Alright, let's take a different approach. So it's too close to the window frame and too close to the board there. So board here, board there, which is possible. I mean, great angle. One more piece, and then a 90 going up, and frustrating. There'll be a hole in the cement board that'll hold this up right here. Alright. I guess it's time to cut some cement board. That's a whole nother problem because I don't have tools, and cement is not easy to work with when it's not liquid. One of the tricks that not everybody knows, the way they get these windows in here is there's room up at the top to lift the window up and then drop it down and put it in. Okay, that part works really good. And then this board will sit there, and I'll have to have one sit there too. I'll have a fire and figure out how hot it is. Typically the heat goes up, not down at all. So we'll figure that out.
You can let it all go. It's called free fall. It's called free fall. Keep about your wits, man. Keep about your wits. Know yourself and who you came in with. Can I sit down? I've been hustling all day. I can't even count how many calls I made. Off the same deal you're on. Remember, the devil ain't a friend and no one will find. That's true. Let it all go. It's all free fall. It's called free fall. Called to the devil and the devil said, hey, why you been calling this late? It's like 2 a.m. and the bar's all closed at 10. That was the rule I made. Anyway, you say you're too busy saving everybody else to save yourself. And you don't want no help, oh well. That's the story to tell. Like you can let it all go. Let it all go. It's called free fall. It's called free fall. You can let it all go. You can let it all go. Cause ain't shit free but falling out. And that shit's easy, let me show you how it's like. Ain't shit free but falling out. And that shit's easy, let me show you how it's like.
mean, the only thing we have to do is to kind of have a fire and see. I'm going to sit and think about it for a while. Alright, so I have my fire extinguisher and I have my big jug of water in case I need it. Not that I will. I also have River outside right now, even though he wants to come in. There's like no heat around the stove. It's all right here. And here. Which is what I found on the sailboat too. You can actually almost have the stove like right next to it as long as it's not, as long as you don't have anything above it. However, every stove has their own distance that they need to be kept from things. So follow the manufacturer, obviously. That's what I'm worried about. Shit like that happening. It's because of the weight of the chimney out there. So I'm going to have to get a metal strap. Or get rid of that extra length. I'm just trying to see and smell smoke. I see, like, I see smoke right here. I mean, I don't see any. The chimney board is not, the cement board's not transferring any of the heat at all. Feels cold to the touch. I feel like there's some smoke in here from somewhere though. Maybe just opening the door. I'll just open windows. Yeah. It's kind of how the sailboat is. When you start a fire, you're going to have smoke in the boat for a little bit. Till everything gets going. This is where we're at. It's hot as shit in here. So I've been opening this window and that window and letting air just kind of come through here. But when this little fan, when I turn this little fan on pointing this way, it takes all the heat and just circulates it around the entire boat. So it's working really good. I smell like there's a fire in here, but I'm not smelling any smoke. It's just like, you know, the door, there's a little bit of someone's having a fire. It's like when you walk into someone's house, you know? And then right now I'm gonna boil some water on there and make a pot of coffee. We'll sit down here and maybe me and River will go and grab some firewood and we'll just keep the fire going for the next couple of hours and watch a movie in here. It is 27 degrees outside and windy, cold and windy. Although it's sunny, so if you find a nice spot to sit, it's not bad. This is just warm. There's no heat at all going towards any of this stuff. That's why I put the bottle up here. None of this. All right, well, it is a little over 30 degrees outside, and inside here it is 24 Celsius. And I think one of the best things about the fireplace, it has its plus and minuses. Best thing about it is it's quiet. I mean, there's no ticking, there's no fan running, there's nothing. It's just quiet. You get every once in a while you'll hear the wood crackle, but that's like the kind of noise you want, right? It's kind of noisy. That's why you start a fire. Both the pets have been really good about staying away from it. The bench used to reach in the sailboat to the fireplace, so River would be near the fireplace and kind of knew it was hot just from his nose being near it. And then Cricket was always underneath the fireplace, so she understood that. But no one has gone near it the whole day. I'm cooking some breakfast sausage. I'm going to throw some potatoes and onions in there and then eat them in some soft shell tacos. Okay, so it was the first day with the fireplace inside of the house, and I gotta tell you, it was a cold, windy day, and it was warm in the house the whole time. There was a couple of times where it got smoky, but that's when I was playing around with the fire, so I need to just basically keep the door shut, add wood, shut the door. It's free. I mean, the wood is just dead trees that are laying on the beach around here, and cutting it up gives me something to do that's physical, right? Some kind of exercise keeps me moving. Oh no, I'm glad I did it so far. Yeah, look at this sunset. Beautiful. I'm gonna throw a movie on. My phone has a hotspot, so I just turn it on and then my tablet, either my tablet or my laptop, hook right up to it if I need to. And now that I have a lot of different batteries, I use both whenever. I don't really worry about it too much. Waiting for dinner to cook. Watching a movie. 3:10 to Uma.
So, how do you think we bought feed, Alice? 3 months water, medicine for Mark. I had a choice between our family and paying it down.
We're supposed to make decisions together.
Would you have made it any different? Alice, we can't make your brain together. We turn the dust into grass.
Can't stop Hollander from selling our land to the railroad either.
It's too bad the doc. Who is it?
That noise you hear is what the diesel heater sounds like. You don't realize how loud it is until you heat the boat with a fire, and then you realize how quiet a fire is. Alright, so it is 21 degrees out right now. Everything's freezing. The boat has ice all over it.
Another day turns into another time at another place. Traveling through the world in my tiny floating house. All the colors of the sunrise fill my little place with every shade of red. The song starts to play from every little bird as the bugs chime in with their verse. The driftwood fire makes that whistle from the kettle as coffee warms.
So it's Christmas Eve, and it's 62 degrees out and sunny all day. I just wanted everyone to know that I'm not freezing my butt off this Christmas. I've actually been sitting on the beach all day, and my cat's hunting something. Yeah. And then tomorrow I'm gonna go hang out with friends, and we're gonna do a shrimp boil with a bunch of people because one of my friends is turning 50 on Christmas Day. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. If I don't see you before the New Year's, enjoy it. Happy New Year's. It's been a really great 2024. Go back, check out some old episodes. It's been an exciting year.